Trim up.
Alright, okay, we are live. I cut the music short there about 1 minute or so. We're ready to start transmitting, so I don't care to wait too long. Welcome, Paul and Slicker and Uncle John.
Withdrawal headaches as well. It's common.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm on tea at the moment, and last night I slept for, I think it was 4 and 3/4 hours.
My goodness, okay. Talk about switching the mic on at the wrong time. No, I just wanted to say we're live on air and all. I see I dragged you guys into the live on air channel and I never joined you. And as I joined you, you guys are just talking, you know? Yeah. What? No, then you won't be able to chat in this room. So we'll kick you when it's necessary. We're just gonna live with you as is for now, okay? Thank you. Alright, okay, now guys, you are now live on air. Okay, so just bear with me. You are now live on air. Alright, talk about a nice big fat joke so late in the evening.
Speaking of big fat jokes, guess who's here? Hi.
Hello! Hi Jordan. How are you doing?
Hi, John.
I'm doing well, guys. How are you?
Also good, thank you.
Ahoy there, Canadian correspondent.
Ahoy! Your old knee chin pad is checking in.
Alright, so doors are closed. I'm basically ready to go. In the time that the music was playing and all, I quickly set the aircraft up, so we're ready to go. Before start procedure.
Before start procedure.
Welcome everybody on YouTube. I do not see any names yet, but welcome. I see we have got a good dozen people there already.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Right, so
Before start procedure completed.
I spoke to Zibo earlier. He will be working, or he said he will be working on 13E13 this evening. So I presume he's either busy or will get busy later on. So I'm gonna quickly do the E12 test and add last minute suggestions if need be. And that's the whole purpose of this flight, just to quickly give it a once over. Hello, Christoph.
So connected and bypassing inserted. Release parking brakes. Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
Start number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine. 25 and 2.
By the way, did you guys see the update to the A cars that's come live today with the new map and the stuff,
Starter cut
the
out.
new menu on the side?
Ooh, isn't that one of the alphas?
It's actually been released in the normal channel now, so you can get it even if you don't download the beta alphas, whatever you want to call them. This is now the latest one. It's now version 1672 or something like that.
Alphas, whatever you want to call them.
Right.
This is one.
Hello, Steve. Start number 1 engine.
Starting number 1 engine.
Ink, that's the way she's programmed. That's the way she is. The only difference is I actually limit her as to what she says. I only use certain commands and I only use certain SOPs of her because her entire SOP isn't quite the way, you know, that we use it and fly with. So I don't want to get
25
myself
and 2.
confused doing what she's doing. So at the end of the day, if you understand how to get the voice going, it's easy enough to just talk with her. All you need to do is then learn her commands and things, you know, and then everything just falls into place. Yeah, Krista, look in the show more below the video. I've put the 2 lines of additional code in there that Zibo's fixed. It's basically a bunch of typos and you know, finger trouble in the code and small little things. Just have a look there.
Question for you, Nico. I see that you've switched back to Skymaxx Pro.
Yes.
Have they had any substantial updates since like that first couple weeks of release? No, that's too bad.
Nothing. I'm. How can I put it? I got a little bit bored with
Starter
it. Then
cut
I
out.
went back to X
Engine
Enviro. Then I
start
got a
procedure
bit bored
complete
with that. Now I'm back here. Ugh, it's just me, you know. It's just my own silliness. You know, there's no rhyme or reason why and why not. It's just I felt like it. I hope that makes sense.
It totally does.
Hopefully you're gonna prompt Nico, are you, Paul? At strategic points.
If I feel moved,
Flaps
yes.
5 set.
It could well be that Nico just spots it all anyway. So.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
Hey Jordan, I hear you enticing some noobs into the air over in your.
Always.
Taxi lights on.
Henk, coming back to you, like I said in our initial chat, come to Discord, come become part of this family here, you know, just ease yourself into it, and then, you know, if you've got questions and stuff, we can always help you. And regarding Linda and all these things, you know, there are a lot of guys here that can give you some very good advice of how to do things. My time's a bit limited in a stream like this to go into the nitty-gritty, but when we're just sitting here talking nonsense, you know, just enjoying each other's company, there's always room for guys to come and ask questions, so feel free when you're ready. Before takeoff procedure.
Approaching runways.
Before takeoff
Hello,
procedure.
Antonio. Excellent, Krister. Well, Henk might need help, so Henk, there's another volunteer that can help you.
On runway 28.
Before takeoff procedure completed. stabilized.
Toga. Let's go.
Takeoff thrust set. $80 knots. Throttle hold. V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Come on, guy.
Runway turn off, lights off.
So that was a heading select only departure.
Yes. So now we need to bug up the speed a bit. Let's go for 240. And we can go to LNAV, otherwise we're gonna have a while of a time turning that little knob the whole time.
Flaps 1 set.
And let's go VNAV.
Flaps up. And set. Approaching transition. Transition altitude.
Really misty down there, eh?
Been a very hot day in comparison of recent time.
Uh-huh.
We've got high pressure over the UK.
I heard Max say so earlier today, yeah.
And I believe you're heading for the centre of it anyway, up in Glasgow.
All right. Interesting, interesting. I'm glad our summer is coming.
Me too.
All these freaking heat waves that we've been experiencing lately. Wink, wink.
Well, you're
Uncle
just
John.
lucky.
They listen. The guys don't know that I'm being sarcastic now. Uncle John calls our freezing temperatures heat waves because of the difference in temperatures. You know, in the UK they think it's summer, we know it's winter, kind of a thing. But Uncle John, they actually
Yes, sir.
predicted snow for Johannesburg in the coming days.
We shall see. We shall see.
Exactly.
We shall see.
Steve, that is normal for X Ambience. It needs to replace the textures. That's why it brings up those DOS boxes. You know, to quickly run the batch to get it in. There's nothing wrong with it. That's the way it operates at this point in time. Thanks, Jordan. That's exactly what I said. I just didn't see you answer that. I don't know, Krister. It's a prediction. Whether it's actually going to happen, I don't know. I think it was yesterday or the day before we had 26. Today was 23. So I mean, it's hot. You know, for winter, that's hot. Just the way we like it. But you know, if it cools down rapidly now, who knows what's going to happen. Well, in general, it's summer temperatures for us too, but our winter is funny. The one day you freeze to death and the next day it's warm again, so one of those things. We had a couple of very cold weeks actually this time around. I normally use about 9 kgs of gas for the gas heater. We went through about 5 this winter, so that tells you it's been a bit more colder than usual.
The temperature actually went below double figures.
A few times. Yeah, a few times. We actually went to -6, I think was the coldest we went to. -6.
What goes there?
Yeah, unfortunately we're renting here, Krister. I can't build onto a place I don't own, and also it's in a complex. They're not going to allow you to put extra stuff in here unless it's been, you know, authorized and all other crap.
Whee! Here we go.
Hey, Sergeant. Yeah, I love it when this thing climbs at 5,500 foot. I mean, it's like a little rocket.
1000 to level
Right,
off.
hold on to your stomachs.
1,000 to go.
Oh, it'll slow down before top.
Yeah. I pressed it 10 seconds too early. Hello, Andy. The 700 more so than the 800, Sergeant. The 700's little pocket rocket, eh? That thing has got a lot of thrust for a little bit of weight that it carries, eh? But this isn't bad. This is doable. I don't know, Antonio. We're going to test it tonight. I'm going to complete the first part of the flight, then we'll do the direct to test again. Zibo said that he'll work on 13 tonight. That's Echo 13, the next test model. Because the guys tested this model as well as 11 today, which I didn't have a chance to do. So now I'm just doing my bit for 12. You know, and then hopefully 13 will be a culmination of everything, you know. Hey, Yoki. It feels like it, Andy. It feels like it. Thanks, Yoki.
Takeoff was uneventful today.
Exactly, Antonio. The thing is, when you start out with a problem, you need to solve the problem. There's no point in being a flip-flop and a flake, you know. You've got to stick to it and fix the problem. Otherwise, it's just going to creep up again somewhere else in the next day or two. And the easiest way to test is to use a known route where you know what to expect, and then you hammer away at the problem, you know. Bye, Sergeant.
Thousand to go.
Was that a weather reload?
Must have been.
A big jump? Yeah.
Yeah, anything I can think of. Yes, Hank, it's a separate plugin that you get from GitHub.
Okay, here's top of descent. Coming up.
Should have saved it a bit earlier, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait a little bit closer to blocker, then I'm just going to save it again. Hink, you must only install it once in the Explain plugin folder, not inside of the aircraft plugin folder. Not sure if that could give a double, I'm not sure, but just make sure. Right, okay.
So what we're expecting is hitting flight level 150 at Gerva, then level flight and a decel for Turnberry VOR, I believe it is.
That's right. And then we've got afterwards the top of descent for 15,000. And then we'll just ride it down. See when it stops us there by 7,000 or 5,000 or wherever again.
Mm-hmm. And according to the legs there, 230 or below Atlantic, so there should be a decel point there as well.
I will check.
Cool. Cool.
Evening all.
Hello.
Just thought I'd hitch a ride on the back seat here.
You're welcome. Hakan, what are you talking about? Why Zibo isn't leaving a configuration choice for EFBs? This position you guys use. I'm not following you. I don't understand.
Maybe suggesting that we should have used saved points rather than starting from the beginning.
Yeah, the issue with the saved points, if that is what you're meaning, is that we cannot guarantee that it's working perfectly. So it might skew the test, in other words, and it's always better to just start from scratch. We fly it over and over and over. Obviously we use save points, as you can see I'm using it. Then after we've landed, we can start using it again, but we need one good proper flight and then we can play around with it. Well, I'm using the viewpoint. If it's about the viewpoint, I'm using X camera. And the X camera viewpoint is obviously set up to my own choice. I don't use the default camera. I'm not entirely sure.
Nico, could we have a quick look at the speeds closer to the destination on the legs page, please?
How's that? How close you want to get?
That's grand. Well, they're stepping down sensibly, aren't they?
Yep, it
There's
looks
a
like
couple
it.
There's a couple at 208, which maybe a little bit slow for me, but what about at Gow itself? One on the previous page. Is that still 208?
Yeah.
That just seems a little bit
slow.
Pedestrian at that page, that distance.
Yeah. I don't know, mate. Let's see when we get there. What it does when we get there.
Yeah.
But it's good for pointing out, and then it can be
1000 to
molded
level
again.
off.
Hello, Dealey.
Right, we've got a decel.
Oh, and our 2 little green circles are back.
Woo!
Amazing how you miss them when they're not there.
Bit like Mac.
Mm.
You miss him when he's not there.
Yep. It's not decelerating yet. It went through the decel point, no change in speed.
Yeah. I discovered a bit of a cheat, if you want to hear it.
Maybe not for general public.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to create bad habits. Maybe,
Well, it might skew the test as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Later on, so it's one of those dilemmas of all these permutations.
1000 to level off.
It's what's been boiling my brain for most of the day.
I know. That's true, Krister, but the point is if it's not on the ND and it must be there, it's a bug, you understand? So regardless of where it is, and you're 100% correct, I'm not criticizing what you're saying. It's a question of if they're supposed to be on the ND, they're supposed to be on the ND.
I really am looking forward to next weekend.
Yeah, absolutely, Steve.
Evening all.
Hey, Anthony.
So next up, we should have a decel to 250, perhaps down to 240.
Yeah, it should go to 240 at 10,000, yes. is 250 now, going down to 240. Was a bit slow in doing so. Look where the speed is now. Yeah, it was slightly slow, Steve. It was supposed to have done it a little bit sooner. It's supposed to start at around about 12,000 feet. So it uses the last 2,000 feet for slowing down and doing the transition, or that's how it's supposed to be. So in line with what we've discussed here, I think the focus of 17 is still on LNAV. VNAV will be next, whether it will still be part of the 17 or whether it will become part of Fix 18. That depends on Zibo how he's going to play it. So just bear that in mind. It's going to get even better and better on the VNAV and the speeds and the speed restrictions and transitions and stuff. So Zibo's obviously done some work on it, but it's not completed by a long shot.
Approaching transition. 1000 to level off.
Yep, agreed. Alright, now bear in mind, my altitude on the MCP is already set for the intercept on the ILS, okay, for the final approach fix. So just bear that in mind. So whatever happens from here on needs to be a continuous descent, and it needs to be a reasonable speed, reasonable rate on VNAV path. Down to 2.4, it shouldn't stop anywhere else.
So you
now.
are married?
So if
Lucky
you look
girl.
look, that crossing there is at 7,000
level.
supposed to be. I mean, that's as close as damn it is to a swear word, you know.
Bing.
So yeah, so that obviously is proper. But now we need to just turn past it, and then we can actually switch standard.
1000 to level off.
And now it shouldn't stop again. We've honored the crossing restriction. We're done with that, and now it needs to go down to 2.4 in the steps. First, GAU is at 3,000 and above, and then that one, which one is it? I think it's the final approach fix. It's 2,400 and above, so we'll see. See, now it's still holding at 7, but it's on VNAV path now. So we're hoping for an automatic descent when the path changes and thing starts to move.
Can I see a top of descent further on in all that word spaghetti? I'm squinting. I think there's a 7,000 there, isn't there?
No, it's got an end of descent. Oh yeah, there it is, sorry, there it is. There's a top of descent just after GAU. You see, Paul?
Yeah, thank you. So, as I understand it, we're now in the transition layer because we're below transition level, but we're not at transition altitude.
Yes, we're stuck in limbo in the middle.
Yeah, it's okay if you're descending, but you can't really cruise in it, is my limited knowledge of it.
Yeah, it's a transition phase. You're not supposed to file a flight plan in it or stay in it for a prolonged period. Obviously, we are now waiting on VNAV path to take us down, because
1000 to level
we
off.
are both honoring being 3000 and above, and also the distance that we still have to fly, you know, and the two converged now at 7000 foot basically. And now we're waiting for the change to happen over time and distance.
And that base turn's drawn nicely, which is good.
Hey Giovanni, welcome. Yeah, I like the way the drawings are done now, and that magenta line flows and all. It's really nice. Antonio, 7000 is part of the star. Your last altitude restriction is flight level 70, and that is at Lanark. So you have to honor that. After passing Lanark at 7000 feet on flight level, you can then switch to local QNH, and then the rest should happen. So there's a decel happening. As a matter of interest, there's the chart. You see there, you have a restriction in both speed and altitude in a flight level.
1000 to level
So
off.
after you pass that, that's why I pressed the standard button only after passing that waypoint. You know, now it's up to VNAV to calculate, you know, on the fly when it needs to start descending, and there it goes. You see, so over time and distance, it's now calculated this is where we need to start descending to get to 2400 foot when we reach CF 05. Yes and no. Depends on how precise the code is. If the code is precise, it's doing exactly what it needs to do. I mean, let's follow the path. If it doesn't turn into a nosedive, then the code is correct. You know, then there's no reason to change the code, because we are still honoring the above 3000 at GAU, and we are, you know, on the path. Let's see what happens. We just don't want a nosedive. That's all. Just going to save a flight here quickly again. There was a deceleration point, but it's not decelerating, so let's help it. I think all of the problems I've seen thus far is not related to LNAV. These are all VNAV issues, and that's for the next installment. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how I read it at this point. LNAV seems to be sweet now.
Flaps 5 set.
I'd go along with that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a long 3 weeks, eh? Was it about 3 weeks?
I think so, something like that.
Yeah.
Thousand to level off.
1,000 to go.
Absolutely, Steve. It's amazing. It's wonderful.
Localizer capture.
$2,500.
Yes, I am using Experialistic. I struggle to fly without it, I must be honest. I don't like flying without it.
Flaps 15 set. Glide slope capture. Flaps 30
Right,
set.
auto brake set, speed brakes armed, backs on, Linda takes care of the lights. Go for it, Krister.
I feel so alive now.
Oh, I'm so glad, Linda.
Feet stabilized, Mr. Burchell.
Taxi lights on.
That's a beautiful approach, beautiful time of day, lights coming on, sunlight fading. Yeah, I don't know how
Approaching
many of you
0,
guys saw it.
5.
Me and Zibo and the guys were sitting here testing one evening and the aircraft burst into flames. And here's Linda, she comes up. I did not expect that. her timing was impeccable.
500.
Absolutely, Aga.
400. 300. Approaching minimums. 200. Minimums. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Yeah, ballooned a little bit there.
Speed brake up. Reverse unlocked. Auto brake in use.
Okay, well, it was minus 198 feet per minute, guys.
Krista wins again.
60 knots.
You can't beat him, man.
Very nice landing, sir.
Thank you,
Very
Linda.
nice landing, sir.
And then
Very
she's
nice
stuck.
landing, sir.
Let's
Very
quickly
nice
try and
landing,
stop
sir.
her. Well,
Very nice landing, sir.
might be possible.
Very nice landing,
Abort.
sir. All commands and checklists aborted. Very nice landing, sir.
Come on.
Very nice landing, sir. All commands and checklists aborted.
Shush.
Very nice landing, sir. Very nice landing, sir.
Oh man, she's
Very
gonna
nice
drive us
landing,
nuts.
sir.
If she continues, I'll
Very
have to
nice
stop the
landing,
flight,
sir.
but let's see. Sorry, guys. And believe it or not, neither Uncle John nor Jar Design can figure out why it's doing
Very
that.
nice
guys.
landing, sir.
Thousand to go.
Very nice landing, sir. Very nice landing, sir. All commands and checklists aborted. Very nice landing, sir. Very nice landing, sir.
Volume.
Very nice landing, sir. Very nice landing, sir. New volume set to 90. Very nice landing, sir. New volume set to 100. Very nice landing, sir. Very nice landing, sir.
Oh, I'm increasing instead
New
of
volume
decreasing.
set
Ah,
to
what an
100.
idiot. I'm terribly sorry,
Very
guys.
nice landing, sir. Very nice landing, sir. New volume set to 100. Very nice landing, sir. Very nice landing, sir. New volume set to 90. Very nice landing, sir.
We'll just
New volume
take
set
a
to
voice
100.
box out, you know.
Very nice landing, sir. Very nice landing, sir. New volume set to 70.
Yeah, it happens randomly and it's always after a landing. Don't know why. Nobody knows why. Make sure that she's dead. Okay. Right, so now we're going to test this direct to story, right?
Interesting.
So, Lanark.
This line stack is made from plywood, which is made from thin layers of engineering.
Oh, the magenta line still disappears. And it takes away Lanark C. So that problem has not been fixed. Okay. Oh, she's still talking. We just can't hear you. We unplugged you. Yeah. Alright, well, gents, yeah, that's the story. We obviously need to tell Zibo about this magenta line and skipping thing again, and then it's up to him to fix the VNAV. Like I said, I'm not sure if he's going to do it in this 17 fix or if it's going to be in 18. We'll find out soon enough. Hello, Senker. Welcome. So yeah, that is the story. Not much more we can do. Okay, I was supposed to log the flight before I did the replay. Now it's complaining I can't log the flight. Anyway, okay. So, well, that gives us some more homework, and we'll keep you up to date as things progress, guys. And go enjoy the rest of your day, whatever's left, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow, more than likely. Thank you for watching. Thanks for your support. We do appreciate it. It's nice to have you guys here with us when we actually work on this thing. So, thank you again.
Thanks, Nico. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Thanks, everybody. Bye for now, guys.